Good morning. Happy Monday. So, TEDx Journey continues. And again, I am still in the application phase. I have not yet landed a TED Talk. I mean, these things take time, right? So, like I said, the past few days, I have basically applied to all of the TEDx places that I can find that are available, that are taking applications from people who don't maybe have a direct connection to that place. So I've applied to a total of 9, which feels good. More work to do, more Googling to do. Now, in the meantime, I really want to research and explore this idea of failure as a sacred right in a bigger way. I want to do some qualitative research around it. So yesterday I sent out 43 emails to people I know. Yes, I have a marker on me. To people I know who would be, I think, great at talking to me about failure, times they have experienced it, and what they did when they encountered it. Now, I'm still encountering, I got an email from someone yesterday, Genevieve, I'm calling you out on this one, sharing a story about failure, and the resistance to calling it failure is exactly, it was an email saying, I still would not call this failure. Failure equals learning. Not learning would be the failure. I wholeheartedly disagree. This is the crux of what I'm talking about in this TED Talk. Webster defines failure as not completing the goal, like the stated goal. Okay, here's what I think is really destructive. Is we are a culture, as a society, that is so absolutely unable to digest, to process the word failure. Like, we are repel that word so much that often I think it makes it possible for us to not absorb the lesson of what happened. It's like we're allergic to the word failure. And that's exactly, I'm really hoping that the research I'm about to do, I'm really hoping that what I am exploring here, I want those that will hear this TED Talk to feel less allergic to the word failure, be able to embrace it as a sacred right. So that's what I'm working on. Yesterday, I emailed 44 people who I thought could speak pretty intelligently with me about times that they have experienced not meeting a said goal, failure, according to Webster's dictionary. So I'm going to be asking them what they think their definition of failure is, what emotional response the word kicks up for them. I'm going to be asking about what I consider foundational failures that really shaped who they were and how they went about things. I'm going to be asking about the process they took after that. Did they let the failure keep them in inaction, or did they use it to help them fuel the next endeavor to try? I really am really curious about what that process actually is. So I now have 15 people who, as of this morning, less than 24 hours later from those emails, have gotten on my calendar. So 15 interviews that are going to be happening over the next 3 months. I've got like 5 interviews this week. I'm so excited to talk to folks about this topic, and I'm going to take all of you along with me on this journey. So as I am interviewing folks, if I start seeing trends, I'm going to talk about them. If I see something, Medusa, that I love your name. I can't quite fully say it, but you said, totally agree. I feel powerful when I can say, well, that was a fail. I try to practice saying it at little moments of failure, like misunderstanding a friend to strengthen that muscle. Yes, thank you for saying that. That's exactly what I'm saying. And it makes us stronger, right? Like, I love, like, it is a muscle. We have to practice it. And when we can own that we didn't get it right, that's where the learning takes place. But if we're unable to see it as a fail, I don't think that we can get it right. I don't think that we can fully transform that lesson. So thank you so much for sharing that. So this week I've got a lot of people that I'm going to be interviewing, and I'm really excited to start this interviewing process. I think it's really going to help me like hone in on what the process is, what the difference is between those that are able. So I have this a little bit of a hypothesis here, and I am probably not doing scientific research. I'm doing research, but it's not following the exact scientific model. So maybe I can find a true researcher to team up with on this, because I'm just laying some foundation here that somebody else can build upon. But I think what's going to happen is, I think that there is a difference. I think when people are able to own the failure, to name it what it is, pause, feel the emotions, process them, I think there's probably a few other steps in there as well. But I think when people do that, that's when that process of honoring it, that's what the sacred right is. And when you honor it as a sacred right, I think that you are able to turn it into something really amazing. And that's where the fuel comes from. But I think that those that are not able to actually digest the failure, to name it, to call it what it is, to feel the feelings, that's where, like, inaction, that's where lack of success comes from, is not being able to process that. So that's my hypothesis. That's what I'm exploring in these interviews. I can't wait. I'm going to take you all along for the ride with me. I'll be talking about what I hear in this interview process in the coming days and months, because this will be a process. Like I said, I'm writing a book around this, and yes, I want to land a TEDx talk. We'll see where it goes. So thank you so much for following along. So much love from me to you. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great day.